Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very wet and drizzly Snetterton circuit here in the real-life snowy village of Norwich, but easing up on our Flux Motorsport touring car drivers today, and we have just got rain and some pretty overcast conditions scheduled for today's second round of the FMTCC. And if you didn't catch the first round, what a cracker it was. We had wall-to-wall action between three drivers in particular, with the console, Lecky 2000 and Pro Fubby, and I'm expecting much more of the same today. Drivers are heading out on track as soon as they can because of the wet conditions, looking to try and get in early laps, and we've actually got a change to the grid just for this evening, with Tiddy unable to make it and Essex Flatback stepping in. He's definitely going to be one to watch today. Keep your eye out for Essex Flatback. He's running in the number 17 for eMotorsports, and we'll go and have a little look at him before, but very accomplished touring car driver, and he'll be looking to try and upset the rest of the field today. Doesn't look as though there's any improvements being made, so I think that is pretty much going to be our turnout for this evening's grid. DJ Leggy may be able to make some impact. Let's take the camera over to him. Still out on a hot lap. He's quite a bit off the front runners, but let's see whether or not he can get in and amongst Kovkarl or maybe leapfrog over Al Axon. Comes across the line. I don't think it was an improvement in the end, so here is your lineup for this evening's race. Out on pole position and therefore getting the bonus point is Pro Fubby. And what a time it was as well. However, don't take anything away from Wadge. Finds himself less than 1/10 away from Pro Fubby, so really looking to continue his strong impact here in the Flux Motorsport Touring Car Championship. The console makes a very late mistake, finds himself on the second row in third place, followed by Lecky 2000 in fourth. So last week's top four is featured in this race's top four, just in a bit of a different order. Essex Flatback comes in as a reserve driver, finds himself in 5th position with Jack de Menzies alongside. J46 Dyson made a recovery in the end. The second half of the session was very well for him, finds himself in 7th place with Older Leggy out in 8th. All U82 aka Al Axon in 9th place, followed by Kovkarl. Then DJ Leggy, or Little Ledge, in 11th place with Old Smoky alongside. Then it's Casey Redwood, followed by Porsche Man and Green Gaming making up the back of the grid. Here we are, ready for the lights at the Snetterton 200, race 2 of the Flux Motorsport Touring Car Championship. All eyes into turn 1. And away we go, spinning up the front wheels. Looks as though a bit of a dodgy start there from Pro Fubby, and that's given the console an immediate advantage. Also, Lecky's having a little look as well. Inside lines are being taken. This is where it all sort of matters. We follow the cars around turn 1. Looks as though most cars are away pretty cleanly. Let's get back up to the front. Pro Fubby's managed to hold on to first place. And diving right into Montreal. Still, all cars out on track. Nobody losing too much time. I think everybody keeping it on the straight and narrow. Green Gaming may have had a mishap. He finds himself about 4 seconds back currently. My on-game race telemetry on the left-hand side is currently not working, so apologies for that. I do have telemetry on here though. All the rest of the cars very, very close together indeed. Oh, Lecky catches on the sausage, and that almost flings him off onto the left-hand side. It has put him under increased pressure from Wadge, and Wadge now moves forward. Lecky is on the dirt, and he's going to struggle to try and get back on track. Looks as though he's going to slot in just behind Essex Flatback. And Lecky having a bit of a mare on this opening lap here. You can see how hard the visibility is going to be for these drivers. So Pro Fubby leads the race, the console in 2nd place, but not too far away. Definitely within touching distance. In fact, he's just made it up on Riches, and it's still going on, this battle. Pro Fubby and the console duking it out very early on here. Quite a few risks being taken, and Wadge is just waiting in the wings trying to sweep up, it seems. As they go almost 3 wide into the braking, looks as though Wadge has got that one spot on. He moves up into 1st place, the console in 2nd. Pro Fubby now down into 3rd place with Essex Flatback putting on the pressure here. What a fantastic race we've got lined up. I mean, It's door-to-door action here in the Flux Motorsport Touring Car Championship. This Snetterton 200 looks like it's going to be delivering the goods this evening. This is the Essex flat pack is really starting to pile the pressure on Pro Fubby. Just having a little look there up Montreal, I think. And he's really hanging on to the back, just gets forced wide a little bit, hopefully going to keep it on. He joins without losing too much time, it seems. That is the danger of close quarter racing on a very wet and rather hazardous track, even in dry conditions. Looks the Balaxon just trying to make the moves on Codcal, just having another little look around the inside, see whether or not he could get his car up on the inside to try and take that one, but look, the puddles still present on the inside of that curb. That isn't on the racing line anyway, but still one that you want to avoid just in case you do make any mistakes. And oh, it's a big mistake there from Dyson, ends up going off the circuit, manages to get himself back on, but he's going to have lost a lot of momentum, and how many places is he going to lose? Looks as though DJ Leggy is going to try and go around the outside here. Is he going to hold on to it? Alaxon hanging right up onto the tailgate there. Looks as though DJ Leggy has made the move work on J46 Dyson, as has Alaxon, so he loses 3 places from that mistake coming out of Murray's. And he's fuming about that. He's also under a bit of pressure now from 74 Leggy as well, the more senior of the two Leggy family. While still leading this race, the console in second place, 1.6 seconds behind him. You see a mistake there from J46 Dyson. That has now given 74 Leggy 9th position. And J46 Dyson just needs to get his head straight if he wants to try and finish in the position that he's held for so long in this race as well. Track is now, well, the track conditions are now dry. The actual track itself is still sopping wet in places, so it's not going to be time for dry tyres anytime soon. We'll have to keep on forming up, drying out the track. You can see big puddles still present all over the place. Let's have a look over to the battle for third place. Essex Flat Pack currently sat in third. Pro Fubby still piling on the pressure to try and take back that podium position. See both of them really chucking it into to turn one. So we get onto the brakes for Montreal. Both of them braking almost simultaneously. Looks as the Essex Flat Pack running a little bit deep, just maybe outbraking himself ever so slightly, and that gives Pro Fubby now third position. Great move from Pro Fubby, really clean overtake there, just dived up the inside with plenty of confidence, and Essex Flat Pack needs to work hard to try and take back that third position. Carl, absolute seasoned vet in the touring cars, has been racing with us for a number of seasons, even in the pre-Flux Motorsport days, so he can really handle these touring cars, and it looks as though he's going to come under pressure now up the inside as we come down the Bentley straight. That BMW looks as though it's got the move working for it as they break down into Brundle, and it has indeed. So DJ Leggy moving up the positions now, slowly gaining some places, and looks to be a pretty good finish here. He finds himself 21 seconds away from the leaders, but that is around about 12 seconds away from the rear of Jack Menzies, who's currently in 5th. Looks as though the console in for a pit stop. Is he coming in for dries? Can't tell whether or not there's been a tyre change. We'll try and have a look as he gets back out on track. I can hear tyre guns going off, and looks as though Lecky is also into the pits, potentially going out for some dry tyres as well. Maybe it was his tyre guns that we heard. It looks as though Casey Redwood has now got the console's pink actual vision running up right behind. You can see the difference in the lap times there. The console last lap around a 1:15.552, Casey Redwood 1:17.298. Should be easy pickings for him as Casey Redwood gets a bit messy there on the exit of Murray's. However, because of the correction by the console, he ends up making it real tricky to try and get past him. Does look as though he's got that move done. 10th place for the console now. He's Smokey's going for points, however, and look at that drive that the console's got. He goes around the outside, he's got the long way round, looks for a little bit of a cutback and just manages to keep the car together. Looked as though that Renault Megane wanted to snap away from him here. See him opting for the inside line here, the console, and not sure whether or not he's going to get the drive. He's going to have to do it all under braking. It's going to be pretty brave on the approach to Riches. A little bit of contact there, not too much, and he's got that move done. Is he going to be able to hold on to it into Montreal? Does look as though he has. That is that position made up. Oh, when you see the car wanting to high side him there, so the console gets all of that curb. That's going to be a real messy exit, probably a slowdown penalty as well from the console, as he allows Old Smokey to return into ninth place. He's actually going to come under pressure from... Here are the final positions then. Wags takes out first place, maximum points for the race. Let's have a look at his lap time. 1:15.487. I'm just making a note of that because we're going to have to check with the console. I did see that he had a purple lap time at some point. Essex Flatpack takes second place in the end due to the 1 second penalty picked up by Profubby for track limits. Jack Dementi is in fourth place, followed by the two Ledgies, DJ Ledgy getting the better of his dad this time around the Snetterton circuit. Kofkarl in seventh position despite a 1 second penalty, finishes ahead of Al Axon in eighth place. Casey Redwood with a strong finish in ninth position ahead of Old Smokey in the end. The console, despite that 20-second penalty, does finish up in 11th position, 1:15.437 in the end. So just manages to scoop up the fastest lap. So we will get a bonus point applied to that. Green Gaming finishes up in 12th with Pushman in 13th. Lecky sticks it out to the bitter end after a forgettable race from our GT1 coordinator and commentator. Finishes up in 14th, but not finishing last after the retirement from J46 Dyson.